Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? First of all, I don't know if this video is gonna be in English or Spanish.
Probably English because I don't speak Spanish.
I don't speak English,
Yes,
so
you do.
okay, I'm gonna try my best. This is my first time talking. I mean, not talking, I mean, talking English in front of the camera.
I don't
I
think
used
so.
to speak before this video, you know what I'm saying? What do you mean, no? I used to speak before this video.
Yeah, but I think you did some in English.
No, I'm saying I used to speak by itself, like the verb. I used to speak before this video. I said I didn't speak before this video. You know what I'm saying? This is
Okay.
my first time talking. This is not my first time talking.
No, I
Maybe
hope
in
not.
front of the camera in English. So we were thinking a lot about what would be our first topic to talk about in this podcast or
I
just regular interview. I don't know.
I suggested a reaction because I feel like that's a very easy way to start.
We tried to decide a topic and we couldn't. So let's start introducing ourselves. Ladies first.
I'm Anna.
I'm Abraham.
I'm not very interesting.
I am very interesting. Well, I come from Mexico. I just moved to United States like a year ago.
It's been 13 months. 13 and a half months.
I would say one of the things that I like the most in my life is to make videos. Honestly, I don't know if this video is gonna be uploaded to my old channel or to the new one. I'm not sure about it, honestly. The thing is,
I mean, we could literally just make a short video for your old channel saying I've moved to this channel if you want to check it out.
alright, I'm gonna
So,
leave you the links of the new channel in the description of the video. Maybe it's gonna appear like here. So you can go and that one, subscribe, please. That's gonna be really helpful.
I think we're still doing thumbs up on YouTube. Does anyone remember when you would still give stars on YouTube? This was over a decade, and they had like a 5-star system, and you could give like 5 stars or 4 stars or 3 stars or 2 stars.
No, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah, but you used to, and I liked that more than like the thumbs up, thumbs down, because at least you had like a guide. Like, right, this is like really good. This is pretty good. This is This is not that great. This sucks. And
Okay.
then they also took away the downvotes, which was very disappointing. I loved those downvotes. I liked them better than the upvotes. No one cares about upvotes. We all upvote everything. Once more, another social media platform has lost their downvote. I just want to see how much people hate things. Thank God Reddit still has downvotes. It's the only redeeming factor.
So go to the channel and subscribe.
And leave 5 stars.
Okay, so I think our first topic for this time is gonna be how different a couple could be.
Yes, because we're polar opposites. In
Mhm.
fact, I actually did not imagine marrying a man like him ever.
Thanks.
Like, I always assumed I would marry a man more like me, like very introverted, very quiet, very reserved. I don't know, I guess studious? I don't know if that's nice to say to you, but like, I guess you could say like a nerd. And he is very outgoing and talkative. You're not really a bookworm like I imagined. Also, I kind of like imagined like someone more like pessimistic, and you're very optimistic and upbeat.
Well, in my defense, I never thought that I would marry someone like her, honestly. Um,
Someone fantastic and gorgeous and perfect.
and disrespectful. She's interrupting me while I'm talking. So here's the thing. Like she say, I'm wonderful, amazing, and
Narcissistic.
probably a little bit.
A lot.
The thing is, I'm really outgoing and I always thought that I would marry someone with almost the same characteristics, like outgoing, that really love to dance, that really love to talk, that really love to, you know what I'm saying. And suddenly something happened when I met her for the first time. The first thought that crossed to my mind was like, okay, I think this girl looked really sick because she was coughing a lot. Like,
We were in Mexico City, and I'm from California, and like a more rural part of California. And Mexico City is has a higher altitude, and it has a lot of smog. So that's why I was coughing.
well, that was what crossed to my through my mind. Like, this girl is really sick. She used to be like really, really skinny.
I think when we met, I was 15 pounds skinnier. I don't know if I should say that.
15. Oh fuck, I thought you say 50.
No, 15. 10 and 5.
Okay, yeah. Well, even right now she's skinny, she used to be like way more. That's the thing. I used to be like, okay, this girl is really weak, really sick. But I remember the first night we went to eat some
Tacos.
tacos.
Really good taqueria. I forget what it was called, but it was fantastic.
Mexico City is the capital of tacos. The thing is, we were in the back seat of a truck. We were like,
Scrunched.
and we were talking about many stuff. Honestly, at that moment, I didn't use to speak English as good as I'm doing right now. I don't think I'm fluent, but I can. I'm capable to communicate. Also, like she say, I'm not like shy, so that helps me a lot to improve. The thing is, we were talking a lot about stuff. I just remember I was asking her like, "Hey, what do you like to do? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite book or something like that? What's your favorite hobby?" And most of the time I was just pretending to understand what she was saying because I couldn't catch any single word. Just for the record, I don't know if you noticed, she speaks really fast.
When my sister and I were in high school, we would talk so fast, people thought we were speaking a different language because we talk like super fast, like this how we would talk, and we always just thought it was normal talking to each other like this.
So that is helping me a lot to improve because I have two options. Understand her or be punished for that. So definitely has been an experience. The thing is, I don't know what happened, and it's something that I've been telling her since I met her. I don't know what happened the third, fourth night that we were together, because I remember the last night we were together in Mexico.
I was
We
visiting Mexico for like 4 days, I want to say.
Yeah, and the last night we stay until the end.
It wasn't that late. Midnight?
Yeah, it was like midnight, and we were just talking literally about dumb stuff. And something happened. She just called me, and I decided to move to the States to follow her. And it's been a long road since then, but we are here. Right now, we're married.
We got married after only 10 months of knowing each other.
I think when you know it, you know it. We have been working a lot because exactly that's the point of the podcast or the video. We are completely different. I say blue, she says red. I say up, she says down.
I say cold, he says hot,
I say left, she says right. So
because I'm always right.
well, that's my quote, by the way. The thing is, it's been a long road because as a couple, you need to understand what are each other needs. And in this case, I would say I'm a little bit more pleasy. I like to do anything to make her feel good, no matter if I don't like it. Most of the time, not always. Most of the time, it's like, okay, it's fine. And she's a little bit more stubborn.
We're both very stubborn.
I don't think so.
It's absolutely true.
The thing is, most of the time trying to please her, and she's most of the time trying to annoy me. So no, just kidding. But it's really hard because we have a really different ways to live, to see life. And since we got married, I think we have been learning how to develop patience, tolerance.
It also didn't help that we, like less than a week after we got married, I had to go away for health reasons and I was gone for 4 months, which is like a whole other story in it and of itself. But that just made everything 10 times harder.
I think after she came back, we started like dealing with marriage issues, like
It was
some.
hard because we had maybe lived with each other for like 3 weeks before we got married, and then like what 4 or 5 days after we got married, I left. And when I came back, I didn't have a job for like because had those health reasons. He was injured from work, so he had to take time off.
And we have been spending a lot of time together, which is good, but at the same time, it has been helping us to, let's say, know the other one better. Just for the record, before we get married, we never lived together.
Kind of.
Just a little bit. She used to stay with me like a couple weeks, and then she used to leave. And yeah, but basically we moved together until after we get married.
Like
So
3 weeks before, technically.
so it's been hard. We used to have like different schedules. I mean, she used to wake up late. I used to wake up early. She used to eat once a day. I used to eat 3 times a day.
When we went to LA a month before we got married, and we met his aunt and uncle who lived down there. And when his aunt saw us, she said, "Oh, he's big and she's little." It's true.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. We have been struggling a little bit with all of that stuff. We have been needing to talk a lot about what our needs are, whatever. You know what I mean? I think part of the reason that we heal together is because we don't believe in divorce.
Unless there's abuse or cheating, are the 2 exceptions.
But aside from that, we know that not everything can be perfect, that we have to work a lot and we have to make a commitment, and it's a work of every day. We need to learn how to deal with the other one. And I'm not saying like this in a mean way. I'm just saying like we need to know what the other one wants, and even when that doesn't necessarily adapt to our way to be, just because you love the other person, you have sometimes to yield. It's a hard work.
It's worth it.
Yeah, I love her.
For a second, you sounded really uncertain. I was like, "It's worth it," and you're like, "Yeah."
No, I mean I love her, and I totally,
The point is, you're really lucky.
well,
I don't see an agreement.
well, the thing is, I really believe like couples in these days doesn't want to commit the other one. They just say like, if I don't like what you do, bye. Yeah, of course you don't have to accept toxicity and
Yeah.
stuff like she said, like being abusive or cheating or all that stuff. But there's another differences that you're gonna have in your marriage. Like I said, she say blue, I say red. She says hot, I say cold. And
I say upstairs, he says downstairs.
yeah, exactly. So basically, we have to find a way to stick to each other, to say like, okay, it's not your way, no, it's not my way, it's our way. I really think marriage today, it's a little bit, I mean, way different than it used to be, for good and for worse. Because for good, we have been proven all that macho things like, you have to cook for me, you have to do everything for me because I'm a man and I'm not allowed to do anything.
Or you shouldn't do anything.
But at the same time, that commitment that the people used to have to have only one partner has been gone. So I think I really believe in marriage for your whole life. Of course, again, I understand that sometimes that's impossible, but in my case, personally speaking, I would say I would like to have the rest of my life with her. And I know it's not gonna be easy. I know we have to work a lot on that, but I think it's totally worth it. And if someday I get old, I know she's gonna be on my side and I'll be on her side.
You're who I want to go into the retirement home with, and you're who I want to like shuffle to bingo with.
Personally, I don't believe in retirement homes, but yeah, basically is that. Back into the main topic. I would say, did you say something?
I was just imagining you like with a walker, just like hunched over, making your way
Do you
to
want?
bingo
But you want to say something about how the marriage has been like with
or
someone
marriage
completely different? Yeah.
with someone completely. There's been a lot of surprises. On one hand, it's nice because I feel like where one of us is like strong or really good at something, and the other one isn't, then we can kind of like complement each other more. However, on the other hand, it can also be hard because we do disagree on a lot of things. Not like important fundamental things, but I would say things like I'm more neat and tidy than he is. I like having everything clean. On the other hand, I'm much more like serious and tend to be like very severe and like this is what I want. Along with being neat and tidy, I'm just very much like a type A and like I like everything to be particular and like this way, that way.
So, what would you say is one of the best things to live with a? What would you say is one of the best things to marry a Mexican guy?
Mm, I don't know. I guess it's nice you have a different country to automatically go to for like vacation or something.
Okay, we have the best places for vacation, just for
Well,
the
I
record.
don't know about that one because I haven't been to Europe yet, and that has been my dream for many years.
That's why Europeans come to Mexico.
No,
But anyways, what would you say is the worst part today in Mexican? I mean, be married to a Mexican.
I don't know.
Like, what you like the most and what you hate the most.
I guess what I don't like the most. Well, I don't know. I guess sometimes what gets annoying is because he's a know-it-all. He'll try to explain parts of American culture to me, and I'll tell him like, no, this is actually, what American culture is like. And he'll be like, no, you're wrong, but I'm right. He tries to explain my own culture to me. I don't try to explain Mexican culture.
Because you don't know Mexican culture.
You don't know American
And
culture.
of course I know
I
American
know
culture.
about
And
Mexican culture as much as you know about American culture. It's absolutely
and
true.
this is the thing.
Es la realidad.
At the end
Yo
I'm
sé
always
mucho de
right.
la cultura de México.
No sabe absolutamente nada.
Yo sé mucho,
No sabe absolutamente nada.
porque soy muy lista.
Say su.
Yo,
Ok. No, sí es inteligente, pero no para eso. Mm.
mentiroso.
Ok. Entonces, ¿qué has aprendido? Let me change my question. What you have been learning or what you have learned about Mexicans, in this case, about marry a Mexican guy. Like food, ways to live, culture. You haven't learned anything then. That's why
Well,
we fight a lot, bro.
well, my dad's from Mexico,
That's the worst thing because she hasn't learned anything even from her dad.
but that's the thing. I feel like I already learned everything from my dad. That
That's part of true. But okay. Well, I think one of the things that we have been struggling a little bit is just because we have a completely different sense of uh humor. She has been trying to make me watch some TV shows and I start watching them and most of the time it's like "Dude, I don't even understand this because it's a completely American sense of humor.
the TV.
Maybe like local jokes or something like that.
I think it's because a lot of um I like sitcoms like Seinfeld, Arrested Development, and they rely a lot on wordplay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what it means, but
It's juega de palabras. What have you learned while being married to an American, a gringa?
ask me the question again.
What have you learned about being married to an American or a gringa?
Well, I've been learning like most of the time we as a Mexican are used to, traditional mm, methods. Like I'm not gonna say like macho things like oh cook for me and all that stuff, but we have a little bit more traditional stuff like that. Um, but basically when you start dating an American girl, you realize that nothing of that is gonna happen.
Like what?
Like most of the time it's like okay, we have to eat outside, we have to eat in other places.
I made a really good
I'm saying
lasagna
like
tonight.
dating American girl.
Oh, when we got married, I started cooking a lot more.
Yeah,
Almost every day now.
yeah, but basically, I
To
think
be
some,
fair, when we were dating, I was pretty sick and I didn't really have energy to cook. So I'm
well,
claiming a medical excuse.
the thing is, I've been realizing like the way we got raised was completely different. Uh,
I also think that has to do with our families in general, not necessarily culture. I mean, obviously, culture plays a part, but I think the bigger factor is our families are very different.
and I think other things that I have been learning being with you is how to have self-control and be tolerant and open-minded.
And we used to say things like just about each other, about being in a relationship with someone from a different culture.
I
I've had to learn to be, I don't know if emotional is the right word. I tend to like be someone who just like always bottles everything up inside. I don't like sharing my feelings. I like talking about my feelings. I remember like growing up, like or school or shit, they'd be like, "Let's talk about your feelings," and I hate that. But being married to someone who is like very open with his emotions, I've had to be more open with my emotions.
Yeah, in my case it's totally the opposite. It's the other side of the coin. Um
Like he's the one who cries in the movies. I don't cry. Like
but that's the thing. I have been trying to adapt to his.
I don't cry. It's a movie. Like it's sad. There are sad scenes, but it's a movie.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So that's why it has been hard for me because I'm really emotional, and she's like cold.
Reserved. I wouldn't say cold. Reserved.
I would say cold.
I would say reserved.
Definitely, she hasn't has like a heart.
I have a heart.
I totally doubt about it, but that's the thing. I'm in love
If
of
I didn't
her.
have a heart, I'd be dead.
You see what I mean, bro?
It's got 4 chambers. I don't remember the exact name, but it has 4 chambers, and it's located.
Well, the thing is, our best advice for you guys is have patience, be tolerant, talk about everything, have communication because that's really important. Most of the time when we were arguing or having like some sort of difference,
A kerfuffle, if you will.
it's because she doesn't understand what I want completely and I don't understand what she wants completely. Sometimes it's because we speak different language, sometimes it's because she just don't want to hear, sometimes it's just because maybe I don't want to hear. And when you start living with someone, you need to start caring more about what the other person needs, not only about you. You need to start thinking about two and not just one. And yeah, basically is that we haven't been together for a long time, but one of the things that I would suggest to anyone is like just communicate, talk. No matter if you're angry or if you're like hungry or if you are like annoyed of the other person, you should talk and talk and talk and talk and until everything is clear. Of course, there's a time when you should stop talking and start acting.
Or even just sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to just say, I still love you. I care about you. My emotions are running very high right now, and I'd rather talk to you when I've calmed down a little.
Hmm.
I don't think you agree.
Because I think you should fix the problem
I
when
disagree.
you're having the problem, not later.
I disagree. I think it's okay to say, I want some space right now
Because that's the thing,
because I
people
know,
no, because people needs to start learning how to control their emotion.
yes, and sometimes you do that by saying, I need a breather. I need to take a breath.
You're not controlling your
It's
emotion,
like,
you're avoiding it.
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
It's like running or
I
doing
I
exercise.
can be really angry with you right now.
Yeah, I can be really angry too, but I can say, I'm gonna go and take a breath. Like, I love
You
you.
see, this is the difference that we have been talking. Like
It's like exercising. If you're doing like a set or something, sometimes you need to like take a moment and breathe, and then you continue.
because the people that can keep going and keep going and keep going,
No one is
it's
doing
it's
like,
it's
what are
be-
these? No
it
one is doing
it's
that.
because they have more training, they have more like experience on that.
Yeah, but you're not doing this for like an infinite amount of time. Like everyone at
No,
some
but
point
I
is
can
going to
resist
take.
more than you. That's the point. You can resist more than the other person.
No,
Yeah, of course.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Let's say that we do the same. Let's say you tell a secret to someone. We're talking and you say a secret in front of me, in front of someone, and I said a secret of you in front of someone. Maybe you could get mad and I'll be mad. My point is we're gonna react different because we have different levels of tolerance. Those levels of tolerance we have been working on that. And that's my point. When someone runs a mile in 30 seconds and the other one runs a mile,
No one is running a mile in
it's just
30
it's just an
seconds.
example.
That's
And
blatantly false. Not
uh,
even a car can do that. Well, actually, no, a car could do that. Never mind. What am I talking about?
The thing
But if
is,
someone was running a mile in 30 seconds, they'd be like at the Olympics. The
okay,
Boston Marathon. I don't know what the marathons there are. I think San Francisco, the New York.
let's say a quarter a mile in 9 seconds.
That's still a lot. I
No,
think.
that's what
Oh
Usain
yeah.
Bolt used to do.
Who?
Okay, Usain Bolt. Of course, if he runs that time and you try to do what he does without the same training, you're gonna lose. It's the same. If you try to hold or like let's say like tolerate the same level of anger that me that I've been working a lot on, on tolerate those levels of anger,
Even Michael Phelps has to take a break from swimming up some of the time.
the it's really hard to keep this conversation, I swear.
I'm just
The point
saying.
is,
I'm just like saying it. Everyone has to take a break. I'm not saying like a permanent break, like let's go like live in separate
yeah,
houses.
because they need to work on that level of patience and
I'm not saying
tolerance.
like take a break, like go live in separate houses. I'm talking about, hey, just give me like 10 minutes, give me 20 minutes. Let me go for a walk and then
Well, here's an important point of this. No matter what,
I'm right.
even when she has another way and I have another way, none of us believe in like, hey, I'm done. I'll leave.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like, oh, okay, we'll fix it like a little bit later.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like immediately. But we both know that if we argue or if we get mad to each other, it doesn't mean that we're gonna leave. We have to fix the problem, find a solution for both. But that doesn't mean that we're gonna have leave. Okay, so that's the thing.
Like the groundbreaking 2006 musical, High School Musical. We're
Yeah.
all in this together.
Okay, this is it for today. I think this is gonna be our first video. Of course, we need to make some adjustments to everything, to our setup,
To
uh,
ourselves.
to ourselves, to everything. But yeah, um, again, we don't know if we're gonna start doing this only in English or it's gonna be like Spanglish. I don't know. Probably we're gonna have some guests. We're gonna have some di
Special guests.
different topics to talk, and I don't know if we're gonna change the format of this. But yeah, I'm gonna leave all the information in the box
The
of
description
the
box.
in the description box. And I hope you like the video. Thumbs up if you
Because
like
that's the
it.
only thing you can do now. Stream on YouTube, you took away the stars, you took away the downloads.
Okay, thumbs up. Go and subscribe, and
Give 5 stars.
we'll see you in the
Give
next
5
video.
stars.
Okay, ciao.